Hello, and welcome to this week's Brelje Immigration Brief. My name is Christine Miller, and this week's topic is cap gap. The term cap gap refers to the period of time that a non-immigrant's F1 student status would ordinarily end and their H-1B status begins. USCIS regulations allow for an F1 student who is the beneficiary of a timely filed H-1B cap petition requesting a change of status to H-1B on October 1 to have his or her F1 status and current employment authorization extended until September 30th. This is referred to as filling the gap. There are two types of cap gap extensions. Number one, extensions of F1 status only without optical practical training or OPT. If a student is in F1 status when an H-1B petition is filed with an October 1 start date, but the student is not currently participating in OPT, the student will receive a cap gap extension of their F1 status, but will not be authorized to work until USCIS approves the H-1B petition and the H-1B status begins on October 1. Number two, extensions of F1 status with OPT. If a student is in F1 status when an H-1B petition is filed with an October 1 start date and is currently participating in post-completion OPT, they will receive an automatic cap gap extension of both their F1 status and their authorized period of post-completion OPT. If the H-1B petition is selected and remains pending or is approved, the student will remain authorized to work as an F1 student with OPT through September 30th. If a cap gap H-1B petition remains pending on or after October 1, the F1 student is no longer authorized to work under the cap gap regulations. However, the F1 student may remain in the United States while the change of status petition is pending without accruing unlawful presence, provided they do not work without authorization. If an F1 student with a pending change of status petition has valid work authorization that extends past September 30th, they may continue to work as authorized. Travel. An F1 student may generally travel abroad and seek readmission into the United States in F1 status during a cap gap period if the student's H-1B petition and request of change of status has been approved and the student seeks readmission before his or her H-1B employment begins on October 1 and the student is admissible. Please note that even if an F1 student meets these requirements, a U.S. Customs and Border Patrol officer always makes the final determination on whether to admit an applicant for admission after inspecting you at a port of entry. Thank you from the law offices of Brelje and Associates.